All right. Hello, BU, and welcome to our Monday Night Team Call. Hello, 2019, first call of the year. We are really excited. I'm Jaime Haskin. I'm here with Jennifer Converse. She's a senior gold, and we are going to talk a little bit more like huge detail of this amazing system that is not necessarily a whole new concept per se, but it's something we've never really truly implemented regularly or gone through. And Jen's been using it for the last month and a half, I believe, or so, would you say? And it has been going awesome. So we want to talk about launch parties tonight in the system, and we'll touch base on some 199 welcome packs too. But first, before we go into that, let's talk about why launch parties and what is this all about? Why is it important? Why is that something that could be amazing for your business? So first, some things that I love about this concept is the fact that it's duplicatable. So we have an easy peasy system. We have everything mapped out for you, and we'll go into details with this in a little bit. We have all the posts, all the verbiage, everything. So it's duplicatable. It's a copy and paste system. It's something you can do over and over again with new people. And not only you can be doing it, but you can be passing it along and down to your team. So it's duplicatable. It's a system, and we know that systems work. So systems is what helps things thrive and go well. So that is one thing. It helps in the concept of developing silvers. You guys, we know how important silvers are. We know how important that is for your business and for growing a business. And we have our silver group going on this month. If you've seen the Power of Three video by Sheila Medina, most of you have probably seen that. If you haven't, watch it or watch it again. But the power in silver is huge. So that's getting 3 people, and that's doing that for the first time, and it's duplicating that. It's helping new people go silver. It's also continuing to go silver yourself monthly and helping your team do the same. So if we can get our new people to go silver, that's huge for a few reasons. One, you're growing your business, so that's going to help with ranking up, obviously, but it's also helping them get a few people under them, so they're getting a little bit of a paycheck, and they have accountability partners, and both of those things are going to help them stay in the products longer. It's shown that people stick with it more when they get to silver, when they have a little bit of a paycheck coming in. So it's going to help with that retention rate. And just so many huge things there. Jen, can you, I kind of already said that she's already been doing this for about a month and a half. This last month, she had 17 new joins. And I think, did you say all of these were from parties, I think? I think all of them were from parties, you said. And of those 17, 13, and this isn't just her, this is her team.
Most of them, if not all of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And this is her team wide here. And then 13 of those 17 were 199 welcome packs. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that too, of why it's important to lead with 199 welcome packs and what is the value in that. And in January, on her team, she had 4 silvers and 2 super silvers. And in February, her goal is looking at having 4 golds coming in. And this is as a gold, and she just ranked up to senior gold through that, and as well with the 199 welcome pack. So this is the system we're talking about, and this is what has kind of helped propel her in this way. And Jen, can you talk a little bit more about why the value you are seeing in it, and that you are seeing through what you've been doing, and what the importance of these are?
Yes. Okay. So, Jamie, but you're like cutting in and out for some reason. So, I will just reiterate what she just said. So we knew her, and 13 of those 17 came in with 199 welcome packs, which enormous. Like, to me, that's a game changer, because now I have, now we have people that are coming in, and you're able to rank up for that kind of thing. I mean, we'll go into that in a minute, but anyways, that's what she was saying, was we had 13 of 17 that came in with 199 packs, and I had 4 silvers. We had 4 silvers, and 2 people hit super silver. So that was huge for us, because we were not doing that before. So for me, the value and the purpose of these parties is just getting people to silver and getting them to silver faster than what doing before. I had a lot of people who would first, I could get them to post, like do their first post, but then they just kind of would fall off and they would get lost. They wouldn't really know what to do for. This, I think, has been hugely instrumental in giving them a plan, really. So the other part of this is too, I was having a lot of people who were like, oh, I don't really want to post, or I don't really want to share, or weren't interested in the business. But those same people now, I'm able to get them to do these parties because it's so simple. And it comes down to verbing the way that you talk to them about it. And the fact that you're doing it for them, it's just so easy for them. And so I've had a lot more people who are willing to do posting. And then too, on the other side of that is those people now are more interested in the business because they've caught the vision throughout the party. They're seeing, oh my gosh, all my friends and family are interested and people are intrigued. And so they kind of catch that vision as you go through the party. So helpful, James? Yes. Okay. Do you want me to just go ahead and share the system then? Do you want me to go ahead and share like how I
Yeah, so hopefully if you can hear me, I just want to reiterate that's exactly it. So it doesn't matter. So these posting parties are for everybody, whether they, do want to do the business or not. And the nice thing is that those who have gotten stuck, this is getting people kind of that unstuck, is getting everybody that information fast. And then you can develop runners through this possibly. So everything right there is just, it's massive. So instead of getting stuck in this, you can actually get people information faster and you have a little more control over that. So that is what I absolutely love about it. But yeah, Jen, go into the details of this launch party system now. What is the nitty gritty on what this all looks like?
Okay. Yeah, I love it too because it puts me in front of their people, even if they're not interested in the business side of things. So I love that. I messaged someone, so I'm going to talk about like who would you have do one of these parties. So obviously, you would have new ambassadors, so brand new that are coming in, and then also seasoned people. So anyone that I've had who has maybe gotten stuck or wanted to go silver but was not able to do that, or has been posting and doing all the things, but it's just not, no momentum is coming from that. So those are the people. And honestly, like I just went down my list of ambassadors and just like checked them off and sent messages, regardless of what their status was, regardless of if they were doing the business or not. I just had someone that I last night who does not do the business, who really has told me I don't want any part of it, and said, you know what? I know you're having really great results. Would you think about me doing one of these, I don't call it a launch party. First of all, I call it a health and happiness event. You don't necessarily want to call it a launch party. And I said, hey, what do you think about me doing this for? It would, I would love to help you get your products paid for, and it would totally open me up to a whole new, and I would love that. And she was totally on board with that. So she's like, sure, we can do one. So like, don't count anyone out. Just, I knew people, kind of what I do with that is when I have them, either on the phone, usually 9 times out of 10, I'm on the phone, just literally kind of read my script to them. I get them enrolled first of all, and then, I will just read this little script to them. If they've given me their information, I've already enrolled them, then I would say the next day, if not the day after. So like I will send them this message. Do you want me to read the message? I don't know if you want me to. Do you want me to read the script? Okay. So we're going to be posting all of this for you guys. So don't feel like you have to like remember this or type it out, because we're going to give you all of this. So, but basically what I say is, I'm super excited for you to get started on your journey. One of the things that many people do, even if they don't want to do the business side of things, is to host a private event on Facebook. Just anyways, private event on Facebook. I would do all the posting for you and get everything set up. All you do is invite your close friends and family. For a few reasons. First, that $39.95, that membership fee that you pay, not only does it give you access to wholesale pricing, it also gives you a website. And with just 3 friends ordering the way that you just did through your website, you'll get $175 back. And I love helping people or seeing people get free products. And second, statistics show that when you have people do this with you, you'll be more successful. Granted, you'll always have me, you'll always have your sponsor, whoever you. But having my close friends and family was amazing to help me stay on track. And I would set up I would set up the event, you and 15 to 20 people. And then in parentheses, I always say, you can totally invite more if you want. When I looked down my friends list, I saw that many people needed many people needed Plexus. And then I just said, give me your thoughts. What do you think? Would you be open to this? I always like to ask it in that question. Would you be open to this? And that's it. So super simple, super straightforward. I'm explaining that I want to help them get their products paid for, and I want them to have running partners to do exactly what we want for new people coming in. And so, again, I usually do this either on the phone with them right away or within 1 to 2 days of them joining, I send them the script. And as far as the party goes, I'm going to set that party up. I would say I give at least 3 to 4 days, but no more than that. So I want to give them enough time to invite people, but I don't want them to give them so much time that they are now, like overthinking it and, worrying about who they're going to invite and, all the things that can go through our heads. And so I just want to give them a little window of opportunity. And I find that 3 days is perfect because it gives a few days to just kind of post like a testimonial here and there, post your story so that they know who you are, and post a little bit of gut health information to kind of just open that door and create some intrigue, I guess you would say, get them interested. So if I have someone who's not a brand new ambassador, someone who's more seasoned, then I do the same thing. You can take the same script and just tweak it. But honestly, I feel like I'm talking to these people on a regular basis and I know them so well that I literally can just send a message and say, hey, I've been doing this. I know you had to go silver. I know it's not happened yet. What do you think about trying this out? And just be super casual. This doesn't have to be like a scripted. But I've seen great results. And so what do you think? Would you be open to doing one of these? And that's literally just, that's all it takes is just being casual. So once the party is scheduled, I like to set them up as a group. And so I'm working on setting up a group for everyone. We're going to, that hopefully will be up and running in the next day or so. And so this is going to be a group where you can just go in. It's literally like an event group. And so you can just cut and paste and take all of the posts and it's going to be all figured out for you. So you don't have to, again, this. But I love to set it up as a group and versus an event. Events I hate because they disappear when the event's done. And groups I love because people can, if they can't tap into it right when it happens that evening, they can come back to it in their own time. And so the big to know is to always set up your group ahead of time before you even have your hostess start inviting people. You want to set it up, so you want to make it look pretty. You want to put a description in there. You want to put a couple posts so that when when she starts inviting people or adding people, that they're not coming to a naked, ugly group. Nothing in it. Like you want it to be pretty, and you want it to have information there. And so then I literally, because now I've told or this hostess that she's going to do nothing, like I'm going to do all of this for her, and so I want to make sure that I keep my word. And so I literally do things to say, this is what I want you to do. I want you to add people to the event, and then I want you to send them messages and personally invite them, because I know that you're going to get better results if we personally. And so I explained to her what order to do that, and you don't want to have her messaging people and saying, hey, can I add you to this group? Because everyone will say no, because no one needs more groups to be added to, right? And they don't know what you're talking about. So You want to make sure to have her add all these people into the group, then go and send her messages. And I am going to send her a script again so that she literally can just cut and paste and send to her people. So it's, I mean, I can read you the script, but it's basically going to be something, hey, Amy, how are you? I hope you awesome holiday. Just wanted to give you a heads up that I just added you to a private Facebook event group that will be featuring details on the all-natural plant-based supplements that I've been using and loving. Now, if she's brand new, you're going to change that. And the new supplements that I'm going to start using that my girlfriend's been using and have been loving, okay? I'm only inviting a few close friends and family. I wanted to include you. It happens here on Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. Please be sure to click accept to view the posts, and please also know that this does not obligate you to purchase. Just come be a fly on the wall and check out what I'm up to. And then in parentheses I put, if I have learned anything over the past few months, it's that we all know someone who's silently something. Who knows, you might learn something that could change someone else's quality of life. We'll have a few free giveaways as well as special bonus offer that I appreciate. And so something to that effect, that is the script that I will send to her, and I'll have her send to everyone, okay? So that they know what the heck this group is that they're being to. I think that's important. Let's see, what have I skipped? That's all I have her do. So I don't want to bombard her with more information. I just want to have her do those two things, and that's it. And so I set up the event. I schedule all the posts, which I'll talk about in a minute, but I think scheduling the posts are super important. And then one day before the event starts, I will send reminders out to the group. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have two sets of people. You're going to have some people that have clicked accept, and so they're going to show up a group of people who have not accepted and are just kind of sitting out there in the, if you click on, I think it's invited, you're going to see, okay, you're going to have her do, your hostess do, is you're going to have your hostess send a personal reminder to those people that are members in the group and say, hey, I'm super excited to share info with you tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. and here's the link, and so you can click on it and go right to the group. I cut and paste the link and send it to her and let her send those messages. And then I myself go into that invited group and I click send reminder, send reminder, send reminder. It's super simple, easy to do, but I don't want to give her one more thing to do because it's just like, I find that people shut down when they're old. And so I don't want to explain to her all of this. I'm just going to go in and do it. And so I take care of that myself. And then the one other thing that I will mention that I have found has been helpful is that the girls that have posted on Facebook prior to the event, so like a day prior to the event, I have found that they have added more people to their event because they'll go in and add people and they don't necessarily think of everyone. And so for instance, I had one girl who threw her testimony up, and I don't think she'd ever shared her testimony yet. She hadn't hardly posted. She put her testimony up on her wall and gave a little bit of gut health information and said, hey, I'm guest an event. If you're interested, drop me a comment below. She had a whole, maybe 10 more people who commented, who then she added to the event. And so I think that was super helpful. I would not necessarily ask everyone to do that across the board, but for those people who are seasoned people who get it, who want to go silver, who understand having more people is better, I would definitely have them post. For those people who have already told me I don't want the business, I wouldn't necessarily push them to post anything. I think it will be great either way. But that's a little tip that I found I think has been helpful. And then the day of the event, I just, again, have her send out, hey, just send a little note to them about an hour before and say, hey, just a reminder, I'll see you here at whatever time. Okay, so just one more quick reminder. And all my posts are scheduled. If you've never done that before, it's super simple. It's not hard at all. But when you schedule all the posts, you can be able to, go in and focus and comment and engage with people. I think that's huge. So if you have everything scheduled, you worry about. The other thing that I think was helpful is that I added Jamie to a couple of these. Some of the had like 80 gazillion people, like no doubt. I think Jamie had like I had like 85 people in one or something. So I wanted like extra hands and extra help. And so I think adding your response, having someone else get in there and help, just comment and post, or not post, but just commenting on things and just giving and just engaging, I think is helpful. The more engagement, the more people are apt to feel comfortable in commenting and things like that. So the posts are all 3 minutes apart. And so the actual event only lasts 30 minutes. So it's, I'll usually do it in the evening. I find that that's really a great time to do it. And then the most important part after this is all set would be follow-up. Follow-up is huge. So immediately following the event, I have the hostess put me in a three-way chat with a person that commented, that even if they just dropped their name and introduced themselves, that didn't, necessarily get in there and say, hey, I'm interested. I don't care. Like if she commented, she's going in a three-way chat with me. And so I have do that right away, and I give them a gift they can use to introduce me, so it's not weird and awkward. And we can post that, but I love to do this because it really helps, because they have no, a lot of the new people have no idea what to do with this, and it's terrifying to them. So have them utilize what we do with, normally with everything else that we do. And so, but setting those up, I think, is super important. Helps you help your new person train them, that kind of thing. Then the following day, if not later that evening, I'll have her add me in a three-way chat, every single member of the group, whether they commented or not. So if she was a member in the group, I keep saying she, but if he or she was a member in the group, I'll send them a little script of something to say, and I will open up that conversation with those people, basically saying, much for being a part of our group. I would love to get your feedback. What did you think? Or asking them questions to engage them. And a lot of times I'll have people say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize Bind, or oh my gosh, I totally didn't have a chance to check it out. And that causes them to go back in and look through everything. And so don't assume that everyone saw what you were posting, because that doesn't always happen. So I think three-way chats and following up, huge. That's the biggest part of this. You can't just throw a party up and hope that someone texts you and says, hey, I want to join. Like, that's not going to happen. Okay. Is that helpful, James?
Yes.
I'm like trying to talk super fast.
No, okay. That's good. No, keep going. You get some more stuff. Otherwise, you got some more.
Okay. Well, no, I was just going to say the other, that's pretty much about the party. But the other part, I know you want the follow-up is kind of when, obviously you would talk about what the welcome packs are, what's available to them. I think I'm not doing anything different, honestly, than I had done before, except now, instead of leading with the triplex, with a $199 pack. So either I'm going to recommend that they do the Weight Loss Essentials pack, or I'm going to recommend that they do the Variety pack. And I'm going to do that for several different reasons. First of all, obviously, if someone's coming in with a $199 pack, oops, are you still there? Okay. I said something keyboard and I lost you. Okay, so first of all, it obviously helps you rank up faster, right? Because you're going to get points right away for those $199 packs. I find that when they're starting out with more products, when they have a variety of products on hand for them to start with, they basically are going to get to try more things. Okay, so they're going to find out what their favorite products are right away. If they have a product that's not working for them, they have so many other things to choose from, it just gives them a wider variety. I think I have like literally 2 people right now with partial PB. I have no one with partial PB, which is huge. That's huge, because they're starting with so many products that when it's time for them to reorder, no matter if they have two BioCleanse on hand, they need something else. So that's been huge. And finally, I think if you leave 199, the 9's cheap, right? So if you're leading with the variety pack and someone's, gonna say, well, that's too much money, or I don't want to do that, let's just get you started with the triplex. And they're like, oh, okay, that's great. It just sounds so much less expensive, right? So I have, I literally I'm connecting with them in the follow-up, and the first thing I'm doing is asking what their goals are. And I don't just outright ask them. I usually say to them, just stop me if I'm going over, okay, Jane? But I usually say to them, oh my God, I just totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. I usually say to them, I would love to give you some more information. I have, I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry, girls. Okay. So this is what I have experienced. So I give them I have struggled with X, Y, and Z. So in the beginning, when I started Plexus, I had low G, I had fatigue, and I had, issues with sleep. And I literally kind of just do a quick rundown of the things that I struggled with. And I would love to know what you struggle with. Like, what are your health concerns and goals? Because I feel like it's easier for me to, this is what I've experienced, and this is what I'm taking. I currently, I currently take the triplex, and I take the E's, and I take them, the multivitamin. Like, I love to give them just a little tiny array of what I'm doing and how it's helped me. Because when I ask them then, hey, what are your health concerns? They're so much more willing to say, I struggle with this, and oh my gosh, I was the same way, and I have anxiety too. And whereas before, when I would say, hey, what are your health goals? It was crickets. So I have found that that's really helpful. It just opens the door, like it opens it up. And I think I've gotten, it's a shorter conversation, like they're joining quicker because we're, what am I trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. We're relating to each other on a whole nother level. And I think that helps them trust you more, if that makes sense. So anyway, really getting off topic, but I empathize with them, I relate to them, and then I basically add them to gut health. Every single person goes in gut health and happiness, and I don't say, hey, do you want me to add you? Say, hey, I'm adding you to this group, which is really awesome. It has, great testimonials, awesome product information. I'm going to pop you in there real quick. I'll tag in a couple. And 9 times out of 10, when I share my information with them, they immediately respond and say, yes, this, and this. And so I can say, okay, so based on, what your health concerns are, I would recommend the variety. Would recommend the weight loss essentials pack. Let me tell you what that is. And I literally just list out every single thing. I don't give prices right away unless they ask. I list out every single thing that comes in the variety pack, and I explain to them what it is and just a little ditty of how this can help them. So if I'm talking about, I'm going to say, this is going to help you with your, let's say they have IBS or whatever. You're going to relate it back to what their concern is. And just literally listing out all those items, and they go, oh my gosh, okay, yes, I totally need this, and I totally need this, and I totally need this. And so just explaining to them why you're recommending each thing is huge. And then I go into price. Usually they'll ask, okay, how much is this? And then I'll go into price and explain each item. And do you want me to do, I don't know how much more you want me to share, Jamie, or if you want me to share what my script is, or if you want me to.
Yeah, so when you talk about the 199s, when you talk about that and you get to that point, do you ever get any objections of any sorts? And if so, like, how do you handle it and move forward? Because I know you've given me some examples already, and you have continued on that conversation, and they still joined with the 199.
Yeah.
So can you give some examples of that?
So yes, I had someone the other day who I think actually it came down to Social Security for her. She didn't want to give me her social, or she was going to sign up as an ambassador, didn't want to give me her Social Security number. And so we talked about the preferred customer program and how that worked and how that was going to cost her a little more, And she said, well, and I think too, it was pricing. It was the cost. I think the cost was an objection for her. What? That's totally fine. Let's just get you started with the gut health portion of it and get you started on the triplex. That's a great place to start. And she said, oh, okay. And so we kind of went through that. And 2 days ago, she messaged me today and said, hey, she's like, can you help me get started with the weight loss essentials pack? I want the bigger pack because I think it's a better deal. And here's all my info. And she sent me all her info. So, so I don't know. I think that it's just all in the way that you talk. I think it's about recommending. It's about you being confident in knowing, okay, this is what this person needs and what she needs. Like, you're the expert here. She does not know what she needs. She needs you to tell her what she needs. And so just being confident in yourself and really, just, I don't know what else I can say about that, but just being confident in what you're recommending.
Yeah. And it's
you're doing, recommending the right things.
And it's your mindset. Like, I can tell from the way you're talking, your mindset is that this is the best deal for them. You 100% believe it. You're not thinking that, oh no, they're not going to want to do it because it's too expensive. You're recommending this because this is what they are going to take. And if they don't, then, oh, maybe that's a surprise and you'll do the 99. But you have the mindset, this is what I'm going to recommend. This is what's best for them. And it's true. And there's nothing holding you back. So they, I'm sure, can tell that you're confident about that. And I heard you even talk about before when they're unsure about things and you're like, well, no, this is where you really should start and let me tell you why. And you are confident and you go through like, this is what you need right now and how you're going to get the best results. So you exude that when you're talking to people. So I think that makes a big difference too. So yeah, definitely love that. And then the 199s, obviously, I don't think you mentioned this, but obviously that's the whole compensation plan shift. Now you're ranking up with that now too. So, if you get the 199 welcome packs, that counts towards points and rank up. So that is definitely what helped contribute towards your rank up too. You weren't sitting here waiting another month and you weren't trying to get old people, encouraging them to order. You had 199s coming in, which is helping towards rank ups as well for you and for your team and, whoever else. So that's huge with those. Any other thoughts on those? Otherwise, I have a couple questions I want to bring up about the launch system really quick before we wrap up.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I don't think so. I mean, I think we've kind of covered. And I mean, I could go on and like, I was picking through like I could totally like read, message after message, but I mean, in recommending what's best for them. And I truly like 100% in my heart of hearts think that they either need the weight loss essentials pack or they need the variety pack. And if there's something in the variety pack that does not work for them, like they don't want the edge or they don't want, the block, like I don't know who would not want the block, but if someone does not want the edge or I want them to have the ease because she's got joint pain and stiffness, then I'm going to say, you know what, I'll swap out the ease for you for the edge and I'm going to mail you the ease. And I had someone who didn't want the HC and wanted the regular. Well, I will send you the regular. We'll just swap it out. Like that was her only hang up. And so like have to be like, set in stone. Like they have to use every single product, like figure out a way to make it work for them. And I think every single person needs the other of those. There's nothing. Yeah. So anyways.
Perfect. And then, okay, so I really wanted to quick ask, so what is so back to launch parties really quick. Don't want to shift gears too much, but I want to get a couple more details out because I want you guys to have all this nitty gritty information for any questions you might have. And if you have any questions, pop them in the chat and we'll try and quick answer them. I know we're over our time, but I want to use this to post for reference later for these launch parties for you guys to have all information. But Jen, what is your normal attendance? I know you said you had one group that had like 80 people, but do you have every launch party has awesome attendance? What is maybe a minimal attendance you've had? And also, do you have comments all the time, or what if nobody comments? What does that mean? Because I know you've had variance. So if someone has their first party and they've only have a few people and no one comments, is that a flop? What does that mean?
Yeah. So I would say on average, an average party is probably 12 people, 12 to 15 people maybe. Um, I have had parties that have been bigger. I had parties where it's been crickets, like 2 people who were in there. And it's okay. Like I've where tons of people comment, and then I've had parties where no one, it's like literally me and the hostess. Actually, a day where it was just me and the hostess she didn't even get in there when I was doing the party. She was not available. And we still had 2 people join. So people will check it out after the fact. It does not matter whether you have some amazing attendance or whether you have a gazillion comments. I think the more that I have done, you'll see that kind of level. It's all a numbers game. So, don't try one and say, well, I had 2 people and no one commented, and so that they don't work. No, you have to try it multiple times. It's definitely not something that is going to be amazing every time, but the majority. I mean, every single person that that joined this month or last month came from a party. So they're definitely, they're worthwhile and working.
Perfect. Thank you. So yeah, if you have that first one happen and you don't have a lot of comments, don't freak out and think it's not working. I mean, she even gets joins from those sometimes. So that's what I want to make sure you guys realize too. And then also really quick, what do you do for the giveaways? And like, who does the giveaways? Who pays for that? Who pays for the discount? What have you been doing? And obviously everybody can tweak this to your own self, what you want to do, but share just kind of what you're doing. And then also I can tag in this question here about if you've ever given your hostess a little giveaway or gift.
The gift. Okay. Yeah. Hostess. Okay. I have not, as far as hostess goes, I have not given the hostess anything, honestly. I haven't felt the need to do that because the majority of people that are doing this are excited about either getting their products paid for or going silver. And so their incentive is just that they're going to get a silver bonus or that they're going to get their products paid for. I haven't met them at all. I'm not saying that's not a bad idea. I just haven't, I feel like if you don't need to do it, why do it? But that's completely up. As far as giveaways, I always do 2 giveaways. I give 2 people like 3-day sample packs. You can either do three sample packs, or I will pull out three slims out of my bag, and I will send slims, and I'll send like a skincare sample, and I'll just make it a cute little thing. Those are my giveaways. And then as far as my bonus offer at the end is I want as many people to join right away as possible. And so usually I'll give like a tiny window, either like a 24-hour window or a couple day window, that if you join, you're going to get $20 off your membership. And that's something that I have been doing myself. That's not to say that I couldn't, depending on what level you're working with, you could throw in $10 and you're, if I'm working with 3 or something like that, like a stacking sale kind of thing. But I have been just reimbursing those people because we're getting, I would say, probably 1 to 2, sometimes 3 party. So that's not a huge, to me, that's not that's worthwhile. So is that helpful?
Yes, thank you. And then last thought I want to bring up, can you mention, now that you've got the system in place and you're used to doing this, how long does it take you to just set up a party quick for someone in terms of the prep work? And then mention your Evernote app that you're using and how that's been a tool and how people can use. We're going to set up this group now, this Facebook group, and we're going to have it available for everybody tomorrow. But how can people use the Evernote app as well to pull from that group and get it ready? So kind of talk about your process super quick with that if you can.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys probably, a lot of people I'm sure know what Evernote is. It's just a app that you can use that has, you can organize things in notebooks. And I know Brittany, I think she's done a, how to use it and that kind of thing. So I literally just have a notebook that's labeled launch party, and I keep all of my posts there. I have an iPhone, so I keep a photo album on my iPhone that has all the photos in it. So when I go to schedule the part, or put the party together, it's just super easy for me to grab, cut and paste kind of thing. And I would say now that I have that all organized and all down pat, it probably takes me maybe 15 minutes at the most to just throw a party together, and maybe not even that. Honestly, I'm working around like my kids always interrupt me, so I never get anything done. I never sit down and get something done in a timely fashion usually, but I would say probably like 15 minutes, 10 minutes at the most, to gather a party now that I have everything organized and know what I'm doing. And I think someone asked about scheduling the posts. The posts are super simple to schedule. You can't do it, you can't schedule a Facebook page, but if you go into a group, you can schedule a post. And so I'm sure you have to be an admin, obviously, to do it. But you literally go to regular post. And instead of hitting post, you'll notice at the top, it'll say, I think it says schedule a post. And you click that button and it has a drop down, and you'll schedule the day and the time that it's going to post. And so that's all I do. I just set them up 3 minutes apart. And then when that time frame goes, then it auto posts for you. The one thing that I did not mention, I don't know if it's hugely important, but there is a post in there about like the Joyome, and I like to put in the comments like some testimonials so they can see the pictures and the before and afters and that kind of thing. So I'll actually set an alarm on my phone at 7:40. It's going to be where that posts, to remind me to go in and post those photos in the comments, because you can't schedule the comments to post. So I'll do that, for posting comments, but other than that, I think that's pretty. And feel free to message me if you guys have questions after you check out the group and, are curious or whatever. Cool.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jen. Yes. Okay. So final information here. I know Pat just asked this. So we are going to have a group ready. There's going to be a separate Facebook group. We'll post this in the team page. We'll also post this in the group too. So in this group, you're going to see each of these posts numbered, so you know what order to put your post in for making this group. At the top, you're going to have all the verbiage of exactly what you can say and send to people and pass along. It's all going to be really clear for you guys. We'll have video in that group too. You can rewatch it. And I encourage you, if you did not take notes, to take the time to watch again and take some notes about the specifics, because Jen has done things a little bit differently here and there, and she's tweaked her follow-ups right before and after, and like the timing of when to remind people, because it has helped her attendance. So if you do and follow those things to the specifics, I think that is going to help, get the best results too. And you guys will find too, as you do this, maybe speaking things that, work good for you. So, but we'll have that all available. We'll get that posted and available for you tomorrow, so you can start utilizing and all that good stuff. And feel free to, if you have questions, you can type them in the comments when we post this in the 3 pages too, or whatever. But we'll be getting more of this all out to you. So thank you so much, Jen, for sharing. Loved all that. And I hope you guys have a great night. See you later.
Welcome.